My hands were shaking with rage. Picture this. Some woman shows up at my house at 7 o'clock at night, fiddling with my front door lock like she owns the place, flashing some random key and a badge, telling me she's the community standards director. I told her straight up, "Get lost, lady, I don't know what you think you're doing." She had the nerve to call the cops on me. And what she didn't know? That deputy rolling up was about to shut down her whole little power trip. Oh, you have no idea how wild this gets. Now, let me back up a sec. Tuesday morning, February. Cold as all get out. I'm out front, working on sprinkler heads for my late wife's memorial garden, just trying to keep myself busy, and I hear these confident footsteps. Click-clack, papers rustling. A perfume cloud that nearly knocks you over. This woman, Courtney Mitchell, though I didn't know her name yet, comes strutting down my walkway like she's on a mission from the governor. All business. Tailored suit, leather portfolio, some fake badge on her lapel glinting in the sun. She hits me with this megawatt smile. "Good morning, you must be Mr. Porter. I'm Courtney Mitchell, your community standards director." She whips out that portfolio and flips it open like she's in a cop show. Inside, there's this massive packet, Oak Ridge Community Standards Manual. All fancy and official looking, color photos, violation charts. Legalese so thick you'd need a chainsaw to get through it. You'd think I'd won the lottery with how she's handing these papers over, but I spent 35 years as an engineer. I can spot a fake from a mile away. "Your predecessor left a few compliance issues," she tells me. "Nothing serious, just standard assessments. $350 unpaid. $250 a month going forward. Oh, and by the way, she says she has a master key for quarterly safety inspections. She's got this ring of 10 keys, all shiny and fresh, like someone's been spending their weekends at Home Depot." My brain is screaming, none of this lines up. So I ask her for the basics. Where are the incorporation documents? Who's on the board? When was this HOA even formed? She dances around every question. "All documentation is at the county level, Mr. Porter. My role is local enforcement." She keeps throwing around phrases like established procedures and community covenant, but never actually shows any proof. You know what I mean? It's like watching a magician with empty sleeves, flashy, but all smoke and mirrors. We walk around, and I start seeing the pattern. Every single house, identical beige fencing, same mailbox, same garden borders. It's like someone ran around with a ruler and a paint chart, barking orders. That's the result of our successful improvement program. Courtney beams, waving around before and after photos like she's showing off a new car. Only, the after shots look less like home improvement and more like suburbia. Got run through a Xerox machine. That's when Betty Harper, my next-door neighbor, steps in. Betty's a retired librarian, 72, sharp as a tack, remembers everything, forgets nothing. She pulls me aside and whispers, "That woman made Mrs. Rodriguez's life hell for 9 months. She moved away just to escape." Betty's got an iPhone full of evidence, photos, audio, stacks of violation notices, all with the same fonts and fake legal threats. And get this, the documents are riddled with spelling errors, mismatched fonts, legal citations to municipal codes that don't even exist in Texas. I check myself. This isn't sloppy city work. This is a sophisticated scam. Betty's recordings reveal Courtney's routine, daily violation patrols, photographing every property, measuring fences, all for violations she makes up on the spot. Residents are forking over $200 to $500 a month just to avoid being hassled. That uniform look? It's fear, not pride. That night, I text my son, Daniel, he's a deputy. Weird neighbor, fake HOA, master keys, something's off. He tells me to document everything. So I install security cameras, nothing fancy, just enough to catch whatever Courtney might try next. And all I can think about is those 10 identical keys. What are they really for? If something's supposed to work everywhere, it usually works nowhere that matters. Next morning, I go straight to City Hall. Clerk pulls up our subdivision. No HOA registered, no community authority, just regular city codes. I'm feeling pretty clever until I get home and there's another violation notice on my door, embossed, legal-looking, $200 fine for my fence being 2 inches too tall, my mulch the wrong color, mailbox too close to the street. For a split second, even I wonder if I missed something. Instead of confronting Courtney, I play it smart, or so I thought, and pay the $250, figuring I'll build my case while staying under the radar. But that's the thing about dealing with manipulators. You can't beat them at their own game. That afternoon, Courtney shows up with her receipt book, all smiles. I hand over the cash like a rookie. Later, reading the fine print, I realize I've just given her written permission for quarterly inspections. She's got me. 2 days later, she comes back with Jake Riley, the handyman, who looks like he'd rather be anywhere else. Mr. Porter, need to check your backyard and garage for compliance. Jake's unloading tools, avoiding my eyes, muttering apologies while Courtney stands by, all business. But as Jake starts taking measurements and snapping photos, it's clear this isn't about compliance, it's surveillance. The neighbors start reacting. Some defend Courtney, saying she's protecting property values. Others, like Rick Coleman, admit they've paid nearly $2,000 just to keep the peace. Only Betty stands by me. She's seen what happened to Mrs. Rodriguez when she tried to resist. Courtney ramps up the psychological warfare, calling my house, suggesting I'm confused, maybe declining mentally. It's pure gaslighting, trying to make me doubt my own memory and research. But now I'm mad. I send Daniel all the evidence, photos, violation letters, everything. Dad, this is organized fraud. Don't let anyone in without a court order. The next day, Courtney gives me an ultimatum, 48 hours to comply, or she'll invoke emergency safety procedures. Emergency? For a neighborhood without an HOA? The mask is slipping, but she's doubling down. She switches tactics, phone calls, certified mail, final warnings, all with legal language and municipal seals that look official until you read the fine print. She's avoiding my cameras now, keeping up the pressure. But Betty's camera catches her coaching Jake on the sidewalk. Just say the foundation looks unstable. If he keeps documenting, we escalate. It becomes obvious she's manipulating official processes, teaching Jake what to say to make their case sound real. Over the week, my reputation tanks. Suddenly, I'm the confused old man. Susan Mills spreading rumors that I'm causing drama. Neighbors avoid me. Then comes the community meeting. 8 neighbors in Susan's living room. Courtney rolls in with charts, graphs, and approval ratings. When I ask for board meeting minutes, corporation docs, anything real, she dodges, says it's all filed at the county. She frames my questions as selfish, a threat to the community's peace. But Betty stands up and drops the bomb. Months of audio-video notes. Courtney's been harassing, coaching, surveilling. Nothing to do with standards, everything to do with intimidation. The room explodes. Rick admits he paid to avoid trouble. Others chime in. Fake violations, made-up fines, threats. Jake confesses in a whisper. Courtney pays him to create violations, and she has a script ready for tonight. If the keys don't work, call 911. Say it's an elderly safety emergency. She's picked her victims carefully, no one with police or lawyer relatives, targeting the vulnerable, the isolated. Her research missed Daniel. Tuesday night. The tension is thick. Betty by her window with her phone. Rick on his porch. Even Susan looks unsure now. Courtney makes her final approach. Clipboard, master keys, confidence. Unaware that cameras are rolling. Daniel's on standby. Neighbors are watching. She announces the emergency inspection under her bogus authority. I stand inside my door, reciting Texas Penal Code, criminal trespass. No HOA authority, all recorded for law enforcement. She waves the clipboard, tries every key. Nothing. The mask cracks. By the 8th failed key, she's sweating, furious. Betty shouts. Those keys never worked. She's been lying. The whole neighborhood turns on her. Courtney loses it, calls 911, claims she's under attack. I'm unstable. Neighbors are a mob. When that doesn't work, she grabs a rake, tries to pry open my window. Cops arrive. Daniel steps out in uniform. Courtney runs to him, still shouting about authority. Daniel's all business. Hi, Dad. Her face falls. The neighbors lose it. Betty yelling, Rick cheering, Susan crying. Courtney snaps, lunges at me, and Daniel steps between us, arresting her for assault, trespass, fraud, impersonation. Backup officers process her while Daniel keeps a professional distance. Turns out Courtney's been running this scam in multiple communities. Over $27,000 collected in Oakage alone, $18. 000 in another neighborhood, always targeting those least likely to fight back. The detectives find spreadsheets, fake websites, scripts for 911 calls, psychological profiles on residents. Betty's evidence and my documentation are the nails in the coffin. The news blows up. Fake HOA scam busted by a retired engineer and his deputy son. Neighbors start healing. Support groups. Spreadsheets for restitution. Rick finally smiling again. Jake confesses, does legit handyman work now, trying to make amends. Susan helps organize real community improvements. Betty leads a watch group. The whole place feels lighter. At Courtney's sentencing, the judge hammers her. Probation, restitution, jail time, restraining order from all victims. The detective tells me my engineering mind helped save not just our street, but families across the region. Courtney's house gets sold to a young military family. No HOA here, just good neighbors, I tell them. 6 months later, Margaret's garden is the community heart. Neighbors plant, kids play, adults chat. We work together because we want to, not because some clipboard dictator says we have to. My son visits often, proud that we stood up for what was right. So let me ask you, have you ever dealt with a power-hungry neighbor who thought they could run your life? How'd it end? Drop your thoughts below. If this story hit home, hit like, subscribe, and share what real justice looks like in your community. Sometimes, all it takes is one person refusing to back down for everyone to breathe free again.